Let's go.
Yo. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Terp Talk Tuesday. Sorry about the delay. We had a little bit of
internet issue.
Yeah, weird.
It's a little, I don't know. We tried to go from Wi-Fi to not Wi-Fi, and it just YouTube crashed. So we were like, we're gonna restart. Hopefully, we're live on YouTube too. Should see someone. Are we live on YouTube? Hopefully, we're live on YouTube. So, my alarm clock's going off. Apparently, you turn that off. Nice. So yeah, what's everyone smoking on? Today we're going to be talking about cannabis from all around the world. I'm excited because I've been wanting to talk about this topic. So
yeah, before we get into it, always let us know what you're smoking on, dabbing on. I was about to smoke that, but we wanted to start with this, didn't we?
Oh yeah, apple fritter.
So we are going to be smoking on some apple fritter. It's by Local Grove, which actually gives a little segue into our episode tomorrow. We review the Mac 1 by Local Grove. So that's a little sneak peek. That is on the episode tomorrow. That is released at 4:20 Eastern. But yeah, we're about to smoke some apple fritter. So we're going to see how this apple fritter is and compare it to, not really compare it,
the other ones we've had, kind of.
Yeah. And talk. And then I'm excited about the topic we do have, Groovy got. Talking about cannabis around the world.
Well, because I just honestly, laws are so wild and so... My whole point of this whole thing was that they're so gray area everywhere, and it's just so fascinating to see how much different and how crazy of a difference they give you. You know, it's so crazy to me.
It's like you really got to pay attention to where you're traveling. You know, when you're getting ready to travel, especially outside of the country or even outside of. I mean, we're not really talking about the states today, but certain states still.
What's up, Danny? How's it going,
the United
fam?
States, you got to be careful.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, in the United States, states are crazy everywhere, right? Like you said. But when we go outside of the states, it goes all the way up to corporal punishment and death. You know what I mean? So it is wildly
for cannabis.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I'm telling you. Well, I'm telling you, it's we'll get into it, but it just depends on where you're at. You know what I'm saying? It really does. So I mean, that's
scary,
it.
Man. Scary.
Yeah, I mean, what are we smoking on? Apple fritter.
Apple fritter.
And we're gonna be smoking.
What's going on, Ray? How are you doing
Ray?
today?
What's up, fam?
What's up, Danny?
What you guys smoking on?
Yeah, we're gonna kick it off with some fritter, and then we're gonna segue into some pressure, and then probably by then it'll be end of the night.
I'm gonna pass out live. Okay.
We did do what dabs did we do before? Trianglements.
Yeah, we did do back-to-back dabs. I got Canada to do back-to-back dabs, and that's not. That's
probably why we were a little bit late. You know.
No, I literally don't know what happened. Everything was wrong. Dave's like, we're not live half the places right now. I'm like, crap. And then it was like, apparently, and then the internet must have crashed when I switched internet. So here we are, smoking weed. And I mean, so we're basically breaking today's categories up into a positive and negative type of thing. Which countries are like cool with bud and which countries are not cool with bud. So what do you want to start off with, worst or best? Because I don't really have a specific one.
I mean, probably start about the worst, right?
Well, yes, and then a positive. No, that's a good call, right? All right, and of course, let us know what you're smoking on, dabbing on tonight.
This will be a fun topic. So it's like worst places to like smoke weed, consume weed, grow weed, cultivate, anything like that. So always check. Anything we're saying could be wrong, could be outdated. It could be could have changed.
A lot of these articles were done 2020 or 2021, so most of the ones I found were up to date relatively, right? So it really just depends on which ones.
Yeah, some of those places they found with just some marijuana possession, the years in prison are ridiculous. Imagine going to prison like outside the United States.
Well,
let alone going to prison.
And I'm also gonna probably mention some like randomly with both topics because some are kind of positive and some are kind of negative, right?
Yeah.
Because like I'm just gonna give an example here. Italy, this is my example because I thought this was fascinating. So it's like if you sell it or cultivate it, super illegal. It's like felony, like it's issued. Like, I don't know.
It's bad.
It's bad, right? But if you have possessions of small amounts, it's just like a little misdemeanor, fine, and just like little, like you could get suspended with your passport. It's basically like suspending your ID, but it's a little different in Europe, obviously, because you're going between countries.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you don't end up in jail, right? So it's not like super bad, but I would still consider it a negative law. I mean, obviously things are changing now over there with Malta and maybe Italy, But,
yeah, they are looking at possibly
right. So that's what I'm saying now,
and going more.
But that's right now. It's still like that. So it's
right
like,
now,
it's
yeah,
still kind of
right,
negative. But like I said, man, there are some countries out there that are absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Winter Fury. Oh, okay. We got Winter Fury. That's the strain in the comments. Okay, right on. Oh, there's my dog. Right on time.
Showtime. I mean, once we switched it up, he's got his own spot and everything, so works out perfect.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna start with one of the worst ones because I already mentioned it, the Corporal Punishment one. So Singapore. Singapore is an Asian country. So what it is, it's 10 years. So even just possession. So just even possession, just any quantity of it. You could get jailed for 10 years, slapped with a $20,000 penalty, or publicly caned. Right off rip, like a gram. You could just get whipped right at the bottom.
Where's it? Because I'm not going.
Singapore.
Okay. Yep. Not on the bucket list. If it was on the bucket list, it's off the bucket list. The messed up
thing is if you get caught up with more than 500 grams, which is like over a pound, right? Well, a little pound and a little change. But I'm guaranteed if you got caught with a pound, they're rounding up, right?
Oh, yeah.
You get drug chapter, and it could be punishable by death.
All right.
Pound, bro.
All right.
That's, to me, that was the worst one that stuck. And there's like Saudi Arabia, and there's like
the Philippines is up to life in prison. Says.
See what I mean?
Which could be insane.
T-Dub, what's up? Yeah, thanks for sharing, but we had the internet crash on us for a second, so we lost connection. So, yeah, Singapore. CC.
They have Japan 5 to 7 years possibly with a $20,000 fine. Like any of that's just crazy because that's just
Kush cake. Nice.
That's just possession,
dude. You're not even possession gets you whipped in public. Like
in some of these countries,
makes me realize how good we have it here. You know what I'm saying? Like really, like shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes like in Michigan, we
have it good.
We have it decent compared to some areas.
Yeah, dude. Especially with the caregiver market, the adult use market, all the markets. We have multiple tier markets. Like I'm very fortunate. Okay, but obviously these are super dramatic, and they probably don't like a lot of drugs. Weed's probably just looped in with them like the rest. But like you said, we're fortunate here. So definitely reminds me of like how fortunate we really are.
Yeah, and it just reminds me of somewhere I'm not traveling in the future.
I mean, Saudi Arabia they said even the littlest amounts, you're going to spend months in jail.
They have UAE. I know UAE just updated, but still that's the one country where
getting beat. It's crazy.
If you had it tested in your system, you'd go to jail. United Arab Emirates. That's just stay away. I'd rather go to Canada. Got some states around here.
Oh yeah, well we can get that's on the positive side.
Some of Europe's not too bad.
They've been legal forever. A lot of people say, well, like the articles that we read just kind of said that they're heavily advertised. Just all the bud, it's just heavily advertised. I didn't know that, but either way, that's a positive. Canada's definitely positive.
For days, dude. For days. If we'll ever be able to go over there. But
Right. Oh, right.
You know what's funny? On this list, they have Alabama. Could be 1 year and $6,000. Everything else is countries.
Wow, and Alabama.
And this is from CBDOracle.com. The title of the article is The Toughest Cannabis Laws Around the World.
He's with his nectar collector. Nice, dude. I actually miss my nectar collector. I used to bring that bitch everywhere.
Dude, you did.
I used it in my weed box. I used to just could bring it around because like it was good to just and I had my dad's with me, my torch. Boom, boom, boom. Now and then the e-nails got popular, and I just was like, I never got one. I think I'm eventually gonna get one. Now the Dr. Dabbers.
I think we're about
now
to
that we
be
tried
there,
those Dr. Dabbers, those are all right. But we'll see. I'm gonna have to try some stuff out. But they were selling. But yeah, no, yeah, T-Dub, definitely try a nectar collector if you never have. They're just nice. And I actually had a ceramic one, right? Wasn't that ceramic? No,
that was quartz.
No, it wasn't quartz because it wasn't your typical quartz. I had a white one too. The quartz were fine.
Yeah,
I had quartz.
It was ceramic.
But I had ceramic too.
I had the quartz.
I liked both. Either way, they were low temp compared to like getting a steel one or a metal one. Don't ever get titanium. So.
Yeah, no, I'm not really a fan of any titanium now. Really, yeah. I usually try to go with the quartz. It's usually what I've been going with.
So you want to hear even more messed up law? Malaysia.
Oh no!
If you get caught with 7 grams, you can be labeled as a drug trafficker. Same punishment.
Jeez.
Could be death.
Could be death.
I'm not kidding. It literally said.
Oh my God.
Again, these are all articles that I'm quoting, but
so 50-50, we gonna die?
Yeah.
Oh man. Jeez.
This was Seed Supreme.
Dude, for
that
7
I got
grams,
this
like
of.
that is.
Dude, nuts, dude. 7 ounces. I'm sorry. I said 7 grams.
Oh, okay. That's
I know.
It's under a half pound, but still.
I know. I just can't. I know, but in my head, I said it right. Then you were like 7 grams. I was like, oh shit, that's not what I meant. My bad, dude. 7 ounces.
Well, you could smoke 7 grams in a blunt.
That's not even a half pound, man.
Yeah, no.
Most growers have 7 pounds on there.
Dude, that's.
Dude.
Imagine though, not that you said that, just imagine, what if you were in a country where it is like 7 grams and it's like life in prison or death?
Well, dude, remember all these companies, you can get beat in public, at least the first 2. I don't know, Malaysia, I didn't read that.
You said Singapore?
I was at Singapore, now I'm talking about Malaysia. Oh, look at it, you could still be set in jail for 10 years for holding a single joint worth. Malaysia, baby.
All right, so we're not going there.
Staying the hell out of these countries. This is basically like the top list of countries I will not go to.
Avoid at all costs.
Yeah.
If you're gonna smoke or consume cannabis, I don't know if it's wouldn't condone that. What? Give me some other ones, man.
Well, Nigeria kind of talked. Messed me up because this is shit's messed up when you think about how. Look at this. We're smoking weed, talking about it, like how fortunate we are. You know what I mean? They have being handled with a mandatory minimum sentence of 12 years in jail, even with the smallest quantities can happen. Like what?
Same.
If you have enough to sell, it's enough for you to go behind bars. So, what does that mean?
More than a gram.
What does that mean? It could be whatever. It could be whatever, man. That's crazy.
More than a gram. I mean, you're going to prison. What?
Yeah. And they say it's around there, but like they said it was around, but like
so it's like Southeast Asia has like some of the worst cannabis laws, right? That's what we're getting at. Like, you got Singapore, you got Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines, and then Brunei. A
lot of island countries.
I think the only one out of all that was Indonesia. Wasn't as strict, but there's still jeez.
Dude, that's insane. I mean, has anyone been to any of these countries? Does anyone have some perspective on this?
So yeah, I would say that's probably the worst area then.
Dude,
like Southwest Asia, you would not want to be.
Nigeria's in Africa.
Right, but out of all that whole Africa might have some better.
Dude, that's 4. I got like 5 more for you, dude.
I'm just
hold on, put that seatbelt in, go get it in, relax, man. You know, slow down, man.
All right, Groovy's taking us on a ride tonight.
Oh, I'm taking a ride through hell. Apparently, it's not like a fun ride. This is not like a fun ride. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know if
and this is I know for firsthand. This next one's pretty crazy. Turkey.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a buddy, I won't say his name. I love you. I miss you and your wife. I miss you both. I used to have some friends from Turkey out in Chicago when I lived there. I was very close with them. And they were really, really, really this is all true. It's just messed up laws. But anyways, they just say small scale. It's only 2 years, but to me, just being able to have a gram on me and your like minimum sentence is 2 years, it still pretty sucks. But but what I was told is what I never smoked until I met them. Has anyone smoked spliffs before, like mixing cannabis and tobacco? Yeah. Well, that's the only way he smoked. But it probably makes sense if it's that illegal. You smoke a spliff, it's harder. It masks the smell. So tobacco in my mind, but think about it. Remember spliffs? Where wasn't that when you were out in Poland?
Mm-hmm.
Right, but think about how crazy Poland laws were. Dude, spliffs make sense when you're in places that you can cover it up. So then you're just like, oh, it's tobacco, and they're like, and you're like,
it's tobacco. Don't throw me in jail, please.
Exactly, dude. You don't even have the option to smoke true cannabis. You couldn't take a dab in Poland or
No, dude,
there was Malaysia. Definitely could have Malaysia.
Malaysia or Singapore. No, man, but when I was in Poland, dude, I remember, I think I've said it on the podcast, getting any bud was just it was stressful. It was stressful for everyone involved, just trying to get it, and just getting a little amount. People were more nervous about that. And then smoking it too, because you'd smoke it. Like, you're not going to smoke it at a house. You're going to be smoking it like out in a car or something.
Right,
so it's going to smell.
You gotta be, dude, and honestly, this shit smells. Like, it's one thing when we smoke it all the time, we don't even smell it. But like, people smell that shit, especially in countries where it's super illegal. Oh my god, it's not like Michigan where people like smell it. Cops are probably like, meh. It's not even worth dealing with right now because.
No, dude, because it.
But either way, CC just said last time he was in Germany, it was decriminalized, and yeah, I think actually Germany made the list of the positive side.
Well, they're looking to go, I think, adult use. Yeah. Like Malta.
The Malta one, right? They were looking at it, but yeah, they were on the positive list. Right now, we're just doing worse because it's pretty crazy. Some of these.
Yeah, if Germany does go, I guess we'll wait. Okay, we'll wait, right? Because if Germany does go legal, that's gonna be huge. Because I think that's gonna be like a trendsetter going forward for a lot of the other countries in Europe. Definitely Italy, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Go back to the worst, because the worst is fun. Not really fun. It's kind of scary, actually. Just to think how far back these laws are, like, oh my god, anything for any cannabis amount going to jail for life, 5, 10 years,
dude,
like
years
just
of your life for possession.
For possession, dude. That's what I'm saying.
That's
straight
insane.
Up possession.
It's insane. That's why those are the 5 I would say are the worst. I've got some other ones like.
And go through the top 5 real quick.
I just did that again. Well, I would say they're the top 5: Turkey, Nigeria, Malaysia, Singapore, and Saudi Arabia. Again, I don't say any specific order. It depends on what you would say, depending on what we just talked about. But again, they just bring up Uganda. Uganda, it's illegal. They say that it's not super pushed, like meaning like if someone's like smoking it, they're not saying they're gonna just whip you in jail. But if you do get caught with cannabis and they're pissed off enough and they push that charge on you, that it's 5 to 10 years.
Dude, like just for cannabis, that's crazy.
And they don't even say that you're like hit like with possession or selling there. It's just like if you're hit with a weed charge, you're gonna get hit with 5 to 10 years. It's like, but they don't really push it. So that was what this is what this article said. The seeds. This was a different article. Excuse me. This was let me quote myself. CBD article.
Hold up. I love this comment. Going back to Ray's comment real quick. 7 G's. That's a good day, not trafficking.
That's a good joint.
Oh, man. So true.
True. Germany's legalizing now. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, dope. What's up, man? How's it going? What you smoking on tonight, man? Europe leads in cannabis research, and they have how many pharmaceuticals with yeah, absolutely. But I think what we've realized is it's really about Southwest, Southeast Asia is some of the tougher spots.
That's what I'm thinking. From everything that we've been reading and looking through before and everything, some of those seem pretty tough. I mean, there's probably other areas that are tougher, but life in prison for little amounts of cannabis is a little insane.
I think, but the thing is, though, I do read, I mean, there are some stuff, because they do bring up France saying if you're caught with possession of cannabis, your punishment still caught up on the spot, fine, or 1 year in prison. So it's not as crazy. But like, if you're like blowing weed and you piss off a cop, like you could still get in trouble with it.
I hope you would just take the fine at that point, because then at least you're here, just take the money and leave, right? Like at that point. But that's better than some of the countries though. Like if you're smoking weed out in public in some of these places, you're not gonna be able to pay that fine just right off like that. Most people probably wouldn't be able to. You'd probably be going to jail. And I would never want to go to jail in a foreign country.
No, sorry, Bob. No. But I mean, yeah, like you said, it's just still like, do you really want to deal with any of it here?
I don't think it should be like this anywhere, though. Personally, I think everyone should be able to have small possessions and be able to, not even small possessions. People should be able to have possess the plant, and people should be obviously to grow it, and there should be enough of the.
Sweden made one of the lists, which I would not have thought Sweden, but I guess Sweden has a zero tolerance policy on all possession, use, sale, distribution of like all listed drugs, and they just include cannabis. You know?
Take it out. That's like America putting.
I don't know if this is up the list though, but this was the one I think was 2020. This one, but so I mean, unless it's changed the past couple of years, I don't remember hearing anything about that.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Some of these places would be pretty scary to go smoke some weed at. Would you go to any of these places to travel? Has anyone traveled to any of these
If you're gonna go
countries?
to these places, you just don't smoke, man. It's just not worth it. Like I love weed and stuff, but if you catch me in Saudi Arabia, dude, if for some reason we're in there on business, I'm going to the hotel and then the airport.
Yeah, right.
That's it. Like you ain't catching me doing nothing illegal. I'm gonna watch TV in Saudi Arabia.
Bringing a vape? No, I'm just kidding.
I would like a patio for my hotel so I can be outside.
I'll just eat like 100 milligrams of edibles before.
I would not. I don't even know, man. I don't know if
that wouldn't do anything, dude. Because by the time you fly there, you'd be on high. It's like, how long of a flight is that? Saudi Arabia, UAE. It's gotta be like an 18-hour flight.
Oh yeah, flight. Dope just says they outrank us in education, and healthcare. Well, yeah, I mean, come on.
Many places.
So, but anyways, that's I thought these were fascinating.
No shit, is that true? The weed from Cheech and Chong, up in smoke, is from Turkey. That'd be kind of cool.
Well, dude, some of the best bud. I mean, Thai bud. I mean, there's good bud from all around the world. It's just laws are different. I mean, cannabis was really harsh here for years.
You think? Yeah, I'm curious of what actually would I'm curious what bud. Where was the origins of the bud that me and you smoked back in the day? Like, obviously, we'll never know.
I think we already a couple gens deep, man. We only got a couple of those land race strains.
Even strains. Where did the cannabis come from? Was it all Mexico? Was it all Cali?
Oh, the brickweed, Mexico.
True.
You think that came from Canada? Hell no. We at least got a BC bud. That like okay bud.
Interesting.
Again, in multiple places brought up Turkey and other
Turkey seemed pretty bad.
In Saudi Arabia gets brought up. The one said they'll take your head, but I don't know if that just means punishable by death. But maybe they literally will take your head. I'm not.
If it says that, I'm not gonna not go with it. Sounds a little intense, though.
And El Salvador was brought up in one of them, not multiple though.
Oh, really? El Salvador?
But you could go to jail just 1 to 2 years just for having a couple grams.
Fun
like
side note.
1 gram, like if you have a couple grams, 1 to 2 years. Couple more than 2-3 grams, like 6 years. You know, if you're gonna sell it, 10 to 15. It's crazy. Like it's still pretty rough. But I'm just glad to see that it's not punishable by death. But some of these countries they'll kill you over weed.
You wanna know what's funny? Fun fact about El Salvador. Jeez. First legal place to allow Bitcoin as legal tender, and that's what they're backing everything with. So the government, every citizen got a little bit of Bitcoin. I forgot what day it was, but it was last year.
That is the most disgusting comment I've ever read in my life. I have to pull this up. Hold on, pause the whole show because TW said the grossest comment I've ever seen. He just said, "Once I found a baby bird in a pound of Mexican brickweed."
Oh God, how dead?
What? How did it have air?
Yeah, I was saying, how decomposed was it?
It must have been fluffy, and the bird's like, "Oh, I'm gonna make a nest here," and then it was like they put it into a compactor, and the bird was like, "Shit!" Like,
oh my God. Well,
okay. Anywho, that was just crazy to see. I think we could sit here and just say how's everyone smoking cannabis here. We can switch over to the positive side here in a second here if you want. But that honestly, the apple fritter, Jay, was pretty good. What do you think?
Not bad.
Yeah, I liked it.
Not bad. I'm chilling.
The next, we got a joint or a blunt of pressure.
I didn't roll a blunt.
I couldn't remember. I thought you said blunt, but honestly, it might have been my hopes.
Man, this guy.
Yeah. Oh,
sometimes I just surprise him with a swisher. It was like, blunt
sweet always. I actually found one over there. I don't know if it's any good. I don't think it's any good though. I literally don't think. Don't get your hopes up. I mean,
it's not now. It's already rolled. I'll roll it Saturday morning. We can make it work. Swisher's only $1, so it's realistic. I can just pick one up.
Yeah, and weed was, just like I don't know how to say your name, so excuse me, homie. But EREWRW said weed in the late 70s was transported all around the world from Afghanistan. That's why we had bud from all around the world, and I think that's why once those started crossing and they started recrossing and crossing and crossing. We started with these. We end up getting these crazy genetics and crazy terpenes, and where a lot of cannabis is like that hybrid. Truly, you don't have any true. Sometimes, but you just gotta growers know better. You gotta have your seeds, your genetics.
You gotta find those good genetics.
Yas.
You got any of these? You got any other bad countries out there that, or Yeah, bad countries, pretty much. I was gonna say like bad states, but...
just because they don't approve weed, you're like bad countries. It's like a kind of a stab there, bud.
All right, they're not bad countries.
No, I know that's why I had to. I know, I'm just giving you a hard time. I know what you meant, but phrasing matters sometimes.
Yeah, it usually does matter.
No, but Venezuela was pretty tough.
Usually matters.
But I don't remember exactly that one. It just said it's illegal. Smaller quantities, less than 20 grams or 5 grams are decriminalized. Oh, see, that's not too bad. But anything over this can lead to 2 or 3 years in trafficking. And see, that's what's interesting. So we start to get to these countries because there are a bunch of these countries.
As you hit right over like 20, you're like 21 grams.
No, but hold on. So this whole other article, there's a ton of these like. When I got into the Thrillist and I was reading these ones, some of these they're like, hey, it's still legal, but they're not going to charge you. It's like, well. Still means it's illegal, you know? So you got to understand that some of these are still negative.
So you still got to be careful, though.
Right. You can't just be blowing, puffing weed. I want to end on those. So those are the ones we're going to end with, you know? It's just like Mexico. So Mexico, what I want to say is like under personal use of recreational marijuana under 5 grams or less is decriminalized. So that's tight. You won't get jail time, but that still means you're going to get a fine or something if you're puffing in public. So, I mean, basically easy to find. Probably not going to be the best, but then you just smoke it kind of like how we all used to, just like behind a tree. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we all know how to smoke. Like,
yeah, I remember smoking one time in Mexico.
No, I'm just saying in general, like we know how to smoke when it was illegal, so.
I mean.
Smoking it a little hidden.
What's crazy is most people that are consuming cannabis right now, it was obviously illegal before it was legal or even medicinal, because a lot of places still are illegal, and it's just medicinal in some places still too. It's not even adult use where you can just walk in and.
So, but I would say that's a happy medium though. Like, right? I would still say that's good. You know what I'm saying?
It's good, but then at that point, it's up to the judgment at that time, which is kind of unfair because depending on the circumstance.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Well, here, we'll get into the positive ones now. Let's do that.
All right. Roll with it.
You want to talk about any of them? Because, I mean, you want to start with Canada? Because Canada's obviously legal.
Which is great. Legal before us, I think.
Oh, yeah. It's actually, I believe it said...
18.
2018, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was right before Michigan went legal.
2017, in late 2017.
Nice.
Oh, wait, wow, I'm read the wrong one. You're right, 18, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Belize was one I didn't know. In late 2017, Belize was kind enough to decriminalize cannabis up to 10 grams, like as a country. Thought that was kind of cool. You can smoke it in your home or someone else's, provided you got it and exploit permission. So it's just like you can blaze in Belize. You can Belize, in Belize.
It just sucks that like when they're still decriminalizing it, there's still all these restrictions on it.
Right, but that's what I was trying to say. Like,
but it's some progress. It's some progress, though.
There's tons of these countries where it's illegal, but they're like, no one's gonna do shit about it. Like they Costa Rica, a good example. Costa Rica's like, oh, you know, it's illegal, but there's no legal penalties tied to it. So it's technically illegal to smoke, but they're not gonna like charge you with like criminal charges.
Right.
It's probably just a fine, is what that means how I understood it. You know? So I really doubt they're gonna like in Costa Rica, like, how dare you smoke weed?
No.
And like Jamaica, well, let's just be real here. It's been decriminalized since 2015. And if you happen to be a Rastafarian, unlimited quantities with no repercussions. So, but I think we all kind of knew that because that's a religious right at that point. Because religious rights are, I think, Trump laws in some places.
Yeah, I believe so.
Whatever. Doesn't Canada have THC limits on its product? You know what? I'm not sure.
I would assume, yeah. I feel like everyone's getting with that.
Well, my big thing is, hopefully
they're
as there's still
mandating
terpenes, we can know how terpenes work. People can still get good bud out there and just know that THC's in there.
I want to go to Canada and try their bud, but I haven't been to Canada since, 1920?
So it's 2 nanograms per milliliter, so that's some type of ratio. I don't know what that means. This must be referring to, like, how much can you have in your blood. I don't know, but I mean, look at places like Chicago where they have these ridiculous high THC taxes. So if you're basically buying wax, they're gonna hit you with higher charges. Like screw, you know what I mean? Oh my god, like I'd be smoking more flower. I'd be growing my own. I wouldn't be doing dabs. Like when you do these high taxes, like ridiculously high taxes, not like food taxes where it's like 5, 6, 3%. Like all these little, whatever your state is, right? These low taxes. That like they kind of work in, and you're like fine, right? You're like fine. When you charge these ridiculously high taxes, people are gonna get pushed to the black market.
So true.
Or not even the black market, just growing their own, or again, illicit market.
It is the black market.
Non-regulated
and then
market,
when that
I
happens,
should say, not black market.
Then when that happens, look what you have happening in California, where they have to relook at all their taxes that they have going on out there. Like in all these countries that are slowly decriminalizing, you hope that when they go adult use, maybe they look at other countries around the world and start adopting certain laws.
Actually, hey, we painting with squirrels, it looks like. Cheers from NI Canada. So actually, you just commented, we're talking about Canada. Do you have, is there limits or on your THC amounts, or do you get higher taxes based on how, like, how do I say this right? How high your THC is in your cannabis or your wax. So I mean, if you don't mind talking to us, just happened to see we had a friend from Canada. So, but Illinois, I know, is silly with it because with Illinois, I see all the data and it's like, wow,
crazy, man. That's why they're making so much taxes, because people are still buying grams of concentrates.
Yeah, but just like, we got a comment on YouTube too. ER just said it's like preventative for so many other things, for research and scaring people. Like, if we go super high with THC laws, THC is not the only thing that gets you high in there, right?
No.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard for me to say. Newfoundland and Labrador, that's where you're from? Or they do have limits on there. That's what we got a comment, she said. See, so it's just, I don't know. It doesn't feel right to be like, you choose to consume this way, so I'm going to charge you more. What? Like, I'm already charging more on the product. I don't even
think they look at it like that. I think they look at it that it's stronger, so they need to tax it more. I think that's literally what it is. I don't think it's because they're going to charge you more.
Do you ever get taxed more for different dosages of Vicodin? Or Xanax, or any of these other prescriptions?
Sometimes alcohol, the higher percentage, isn't it?
They're going to charge you more, therefore your tax costs more.
It's not much on tax,
but they're not upping your cost percentage.
Right, exactly.
On your tax.
That's but I don't think they're going, I got you. I was just going with I don't think they're just going targeting concentrated consumers like, hey, or vape consumers. We're going to, even edibles.
Painting with Squirrel said East Coast, there's 15% across the board. Okay. So see, that's the thing. So when you see that at the country level, that's wild to me, right? Because we don't understand that in the U.S. level.
Well, people should start looking at that because that's smart. Yeah, straight across the board, you just have. Yeah. I mean, that's cheaper than our adult use. Our adult use here is, I believe, 16. If that's at 15, that's cheaper than that.
Right.
That's not bad. At that point, it's better than having a sliding scale of tax percentage, because then you as the consumer can't even predict what it's going to be. Well, THC on this is 3% higher than the tax, so obviously I'm gonna get taxed higher, but it's on sale, and then
I don't buy gov weed. Painting with Squirrel says I don't buy gov weed. It suck holes. Hell yeah, I love it. So yeah, we're picky over here at Micannacast. We definitely try to smoke the companies that have at least some good product and not just selling out. So, and especially at your level, you buy government weed. That's crazy. Yeah. I would no thanks.
Well, isn't it produced by Canada? Doesn't
all their cannabis? I mean, I'm sure.
Do they have smaller? I wonder if they have.
I'm sure a lot of places grow their own bud. They'll smoke their own bud. People are still gonna have their own brands, dude.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
It's gonna be a little different,
For sure. At least the entire country is legal.
At least no one's going to jail, right? Because, people go to jail and getting hung, all from all these other countries we just talked about, getting beat in public, 10 years, 1 to 2 years for having a couple grams. What?
Just imagine
Get the hell out of here. No. What was the country we saw in the news that went to the other country and just had blood in their system and they got injured?
That was Saudi Arabia.
It was Saudi Arabia. See,
No. UAE.
Oh, sorry. That was mentioned too. That was the one I forgot to bring
UAE. Up. No, I mentioned that. UAE is pretty rough. But they're supposed to be going more lenient. Just recently that came out within 2-3 months. but they've been really one of the toughest as well too. That was because the guy went to the hospital after having an injury and tested for it in his system at the time. That would suck. See, like that's just crazy. Like an unfortunate event happens while you're there, business, whatever, family vacation. Like you're going there and you want to see what's out there. Like,
but okay. So anyways, we're staying positive here. So Canada was great. I saw we got a little tangent because you came out here. We were talking about Jamaica. I like Jamaica. What I thought was interesting, Argentina. Now this one was interesting. It's a short skid, a little bit, but it says March 2017, Argentina laid claim to the title of the first country to provide medical marijuana for free, and you won't be arrested for recreational possession in Argentina, as it has been the law there for a decade. Same in Colombia, it's decriminalized up to 20 grams, and then you can also grow 20 plants there, which I thought was wild. I didn't know that.
Colombia?
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, wasn't Uruguay's the first country to go legal, though, too, wasn't it?
Uruguay is a couple under here. You're the first country to legalize weed for 18 and up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so 18 and up. People here will make sure they register the government before engaging in buying, selling, or 2017. So it sounds similar to Canada. Kind of.
Maybe Canada looked at Uruguay.
Could be.
You don't know. I mean, we're still going slowly, state by state right now here.
You don't know?
In the United States.
Right.
I'm curious when is a country will go decrim.
Dude, decrim is, I don't even understand why we're not decrim. It makes no sense.
Like for everybody. But like we saw in the worst places, I don't want to go one more time. They had, what was it? Alabama was one of the worst places.
Which one?
Alabama.
Yeah,
it was a bad one.
Yeah, they mentioned it with all the countries. It was the only state to be mentioned.
Like we mentioned that. I was like, that's just crazy.
Silly.
Going back. It's on my mind still. But you want to go, let's go in the good places that you can be possibly able to smoke some
those
cannabis.
were really good. Again, this one I was kind of in the middle, so I put it on the positive side because it was super confusing. Laos, so it's technically illegal, but they say that no one cares. Like, no one cares because apparently, like, you can get escorts too, so they're really loose on laws over there.
Oh, no.
Like, so just kind of like a looser country in general.
Mm-hmm.
But also could be, I don't know what you're smoking. Probably not smoking that quality. Definitely not smoking quality.
I don't know. It's good to see some of these countries. Some of them they do a decriminalization, like possession. Belgium's up to 3 grams, and then you have Austria up to 5 grams. I mean, that's a very small amount, but I guess you're able to have some cannabis, but like that's not much. When you think about that,
that's why I said it was. I put it on the positive side.
I mean, it is positive, but it's like, man, like at least an ounce, right?
Right. Well, again, so here's another one that's positive. I got a positive in Belgium. Because if you're 18 or older, you can have decriminalized bud, and there nothing, provided the amount comes no more than 3 grams. So you don't get any charges. You get 3 grams on you, like, have a good day. Can't smoke in public either. So it's kind of like this. You can have an 1/8 on you.
Not even. If
we catch you smoking it, you're in trouble.
Not even an 1/8.
I mean, come on, man. I'm rounding. Over there, I'm sure they sell it by 3 grams rather than 3.5. You know what I mean?
You walk out the door, you're screwed.
Oh, damn, dude. Jail.
Oh, that'd be so messed up.
It's just in trouble.
That'd be so messed up. Like,
it's decriminalized. You just get in trouble. It's probably like a fine. I'm sure there's fines issues when you sell it, though.
As long as the fine's cheap. I mean, I feel like, dude, it's just such a small amount. Like, what was it here? Like, what was Ipsy in Ann Arbor before we were legal? What were their amounts? Because maybe these are similar, but I feel like they were at least an ounce. Was like they didn't care. If you had an ounce,
we know this next one. We kind of already know. It's the Netherlands, Amsterdam. So, but again, they were illegal to grow for a while. You couldn't just have like a home grow. It was just legal to smoke in coffee shops. But they partially, in 2017, it sounded like they partially legalized marijuana cultivation, show that the country may be hopeful and headed towards full legalization. So I don't know if they have since then, but they do have some type of partial grow, full, probably sounds like they have some plants, but not a lot, which is good. And I'm sure it's just a home residence because I think they probably hated all the tourism. People just go in there wanting to get litty titty.
Well, I mean, of course, that was the spot before.
Well, the only place too. Now that things are starting to get a little bit more around, I feel like they're like
because
probably not seeing it as much now.
Well, because doesn't Illinois have consumption lounges now?
Yeah,
I know.
I don't know why
Nevada's about to have consumption
no
lounges
sense.
this year. Las Vegas specifically will be having them.
It makes no sense why we don't.
It's the one thing that's missing. I mean, you got events coming back slowly. We're starting to see them, which is great. But getting off topic, but
yeah. But okay, so hey, check this one out. So this is one of my favorites. So I would say you're pretty good in Portugal because this is a cool ass law in general. To check this out, if you're not familiar, Portugal decriminalized drugs back in 2001.
2001.
Right, drugs.
Wow.
All drugs.
Dang.
Right. That's all it said. Every drug. All the drugs. So I just want to be like, let's just go to Portugal.
How is it crypto laws?
Anyways, instead of prison time, you might get slapped with a fine. Wait for it. Substance abuse treatment. Well, so if you get caught with it, but I mean, imagine if you probably have an ounce of cocaine on you, they probably hit you with a fine or like, hey, you have a drug problem. But that's, I mean, the fact if they put you in drug abuse problem and just took your drugs from you and put you in rehab, like a state appointed rehab, like I would love that system. I could get behind something like that. But if you had large quantities, I don't want people getting slacked in the prison for a gram of weed. You know what I mean? If you had like a half ounce of cocaine, like
it's a little different.
Go through a little bit of rehab, like rather than having to go to jail. Like, sure, they both suck. I'm not saying, but come on. I guess I can understand that, or I guess a half ounce of coke isn't even that much. But I'm saying if you had like a kilo of coke or something, I guess. It's my dog Kilo.
That's funny. So it's like North America and South America are pretty more lenient on cannabis compared to Asia, Western Asia.
You're literally allowed to carry 25 grams at a time on you.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
In Portugal.
That's not bad.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So even if
they're so worried about their opiate problems, like it's how we should be.
Opiates
this is how we honestly Portugal. We should look into their fucking thing. And I understand it's who legaled all their drugs? Oregon. Like decrimmed, right? Like we should do that too. Like why not, man? They act like it's gonna do anything. Like
you got the war on drugs still going on.
Which is doing what 0.0%. No, I'm saying.
No comment.
So yeah, these places. I mean, I always say the best places, but we say because they're the best laws around the country.
No country has like the perfect law where it's like obviously everyone's gonna do what they're gonna do, but like the perfect law.
Let's talk
where,
about
like,
this before, since we're at the end. I have so many other countries. I have Estonia. I have Russia. I was actually surprised about Russia. You have up to 6 grams or 5 grams, depending on which. I couldn't tell because it was on a couple different sites. Either 5 or 6 grams, right? It's decriminalized in Russia. I never would have thought you could just walk around with a little under a quarter on you, like a little fat eighth on you, and just be like smoking. I mean, I don't know. You can't smoke weed. It doesn't sound like you can smoke weed in public, but they have like a World Cup of weed and stuff like they do.
Hold up, Russia.
I didn't. Yeah, and by the way, medical cocaine and medical heroin. So didn't look into that too much, but that's what the article said. So I was like, oh, so go Russia, bro. But what it is they're forward thinking, and they're not. There's no war on drugs. They've accepted their positive uses to some drugs and negative uses to the same drugs. Like that's how life is. Every user's different, right? I'm not saying give everyone medical ketamine, but some people might need it in their therapy sessions. Like I understand that might sound wild to some, but I'm talking about low dose medical ketamine. I've read articles where it seems like very feasible why it could loosen up your mind a little bit. Same thing with medical psilocybin, medical LSD. Dude, different uses, different people, right? So
no, that's true.
It's fascinating. So I just think it's all these forward thinking. We have so many Ukraine. Like I just want to talk about them, but I know you want to get into decriminalized possession and just talking about all the countries that were decrimmed and up to like kind of like about how much it was. It's because we have a category, so it was like, all right. So I'm gonna read off a couple and then I'm gonna pass them off to you. It's Argentina, just a small amount decrimmed. Australia, small amount. Austria, up to 5 grams. Belgium, up to 3 grams. Bolivia, small amount. So we don't know what small amount means in these categories. We're imagining like an eighth, give or take, right? You know, a gram or two, right?
I'm gonna go like 1.5. 1.5.
You could have a gram on you, right? You ain't going to jail. So Austria, Belgium up to 3 grams. Bolivia, small amounts. Colombia up to 22 grams. Crazy.
That's the top one.
Yeah, was it? I didn't know. Czech Republic up to 15. Just Ecuador up to 10. What was Portugal we just read? That was like 20, 25.
Well, that's completely legal, right? You said.
Yeah, but again, 25. That was again. So that was 25. Yeah, I guess you're right. That's not just decrim.
You have everything.
Yeah. Estonia, 7.5 grams. Germany says self-harm law. So I'm not sure what that means. It probably just means if it seems like you're trying to hurt yourself with how much drugs you have on you, maybe. So I don't know too much about Germany, but they seem very forward-thinking on the drug use as well.
Well, they are moving forward right now, though. That's what we were talking about. They're going to be looking at adult use here soon.
Iceland illegal we have a comment CC brought up. Iceland illegal cultivation heavily punished, no jail time for smallmouth, but offenders arrested. See, that still feels like where it's like, yeah, I could see how some people would think that's kind of positive, but I still think that's pretty rough and not so positive on that one. But do you want to read the rest? I was on Germany, but
yeah, I could get a couple of those. Is
that joint gone?
Yeah, I set it down.
Just set it down. Let me see it. Yeah, you keep going, dog.
Yeah, it was Greece is at 0.5 gram, which like I said, man, that's like it's not much.
It's a joint.
Like that's
so
great.
So you could smoke a bowl.
You could have a bowl. That's great. I mean, I guess it'd probably be easy to find because people would be like, all right, here.
So much sarcasm in your. That's great. Boys, don't even say it. Why are you bullshitting me? You're like, yeah, it's great. It's great.
It's better than jail or a fine or something. So but what happens once you hit like
it's
a
not
gram?
Negative, but
what if it's a gram? You have. It's not even a gram.
You're probably gonna get fined, dude.
Not even a gram, dude. And then you got Malta. Which went legal. So this might be updated now though on Malta because I think it's more than that.
That's true.
And then you got Paraguay at 10 grams, Peru at 8 grams, and then Russia was at 6 grams. So it's a range of all different across the board.
Yeah, Netherlands said 5, Paraguay 10 grams, Peru 8 grams, Russia 6, Switzerland 10, Ukraine 5, South Virgin Islands 28. That's the winner. You can have a zip on you in the South Virgin Islands. That's what I'm talking about. Where are these South Virgin Islands at, dude? I'm out. Catch us on South Virgin Island Micannacast. SVI Micannacast.
Man.
No, I'm just kidding.
Is it the U.S. Virgin Islands? Is that what it was?
Yes, obviously.
Okay, I don't know. It didn't seem so.
Yeah. Don't give Canada Dave 2 dabs before we start.
No, that's how we're starting off everything from now on. We're gonna start the wake and bake like that. Oh God, let's do it.
So again, hey, just to recap on some of the shit because we're getting towards the end and we still got a little bit of weed to smoke, but the worst places to smoke: Singapore, Saudi Arabia. You said one, I missed it, but Malaysia, Nigeria, Turkey, and that other one you said was pretty bad too. UAE.
Yeah, but it is bad. I forgot how they're changing it up, but that place is bad. That's where you have. That's where if you have.
Uganda was pretty rough. We didn't even get down to Tunisia, but that one was pretty rough, too. They prohibit all weed or all drugs.
Yeah, I'm not going out there, man.
Like I said, we brought up France and Sweden and Slovakia. Those were the ones I wasn't totally expecting, but they seem pretty tough. Middle East seems pretty rough on it. Southeast Asia, Southwest Asia. I don't know exactly. Yeah, they seem pretty rough. Some of the best countries, though, to stay positive, or But I just wanted to mention the worst ones. I guess.
For anyone that missed that,
so if you missed the worst ones, that's what we were just.
They were pretty much like
Singapore,
like you said, you would smoke or you'd have possession on you, and you'd pretty much be.
And China was mentioned, but I didn't even bring up China because. I didn't find the laws on China. I just imagine they're pretty bad too, because they mentioned China was really horrible. Yeah, so it's so crazy how this world is still divided. This is why I want to talk about the worst and the best today. It's because the world is so, depending on where you go, it's such a gray area with cannabis. I mean, even here in the United States, if you drive 500 miles in a random direction, you might hit a state that it's completely illegal in. I don't know exactly where everyone's listening in from. we got people from Canada and Michigan and everywhere and blah, blah, blah. But it is wild to think that you can go to jail in some places or get beaten, and, depending on where you're traveling in the world. On something here we can grow and go to the store and buy.
Yeah, and it's a profitable business. We've been seeing that in every state that goes legal. Here in just Michigan alone. Or not Michigan, but in the United States alone.
Yeah, really appreciate it,
I guess we got a huge cannabis market out here, People love cannabis. I mean, we love it.
But it doesn't matter about people loving it. We just thankfully we live in a forward-thinking state. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're lucky. Yep, lucky about that, man.
Shout out Rick and all the people before us that got that moving, got the laws so nice for us.
And my normal and everybody over there.
Yeah, much love. But yeah, this was fun. I honestly feel like we might have missed a couple countries, but we got a lot around the world, to be honest. I think we hit most of.
I think we did.
I think we had South America, North America, Asia.
Middle
Australia,
East.
I think I brought up. I don't know if I brought up Australia. That might have been the only continent I missed. No, they had good ones.
What about Antarctica?
We talked about them, actually.
Did we?
Yeah. I think it's right. It's still nationally illegal, but cultivation of medical for scientific purposes. Thought I said that, but I think medical I said.
You might have, man. You might have. I mean...
I don't know. Who knows? We talked about so many.
Smoked that fritter, and then we smoked that, and we've talked about many different countries before and during this. So we've been going back and forth, just talking countries on where they stand within cannabis. Hopefully one day it's like just level, just equal. Like everyone's able to, like I was saying, consume it, grow it.
100%.
So
I'm with it, my brother.
Might as well just drop the episode tomorrow. We got an episode coming out tomorrow at 4:20. Catch it. It's we get Mac 1 review on Local Grove. Pick that up, and we go through a couple different articles and news updates that are happening right now in cannabis. We'll be going live Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern. We got a couple. I shouldn't even say it, but I'll say we got some recordings coming up. We'll be coming out there the next month and a half, which we're excited about.
We've got 4 or 5 so far lined up. So as long as all the recordings go as planned, things happen with people, no worries. But as long as things go as planned, we've got a bunch of really cool interviews lined up in the next couple weeks. So
probably a month they'll be coming out.
Yeah. Well, we got a bunch, so it'll be fun.
It's gonna be cool. Yep. So got a lot of cool content coming for you guys. Appreciate everyone tuning in tonight.
Thank you.
You got anything else for today?
No,
Groovy?
Please check out the website, Micannacast.com, everywhere. Groovy music if you want to see me on the socials. Groovy if you want to hear my music. Canada Dave, where can I find you, man?
Just Canada Dave.
Bada bing, bada boom, everywhere.
Yeah. And hit that follow or subscribe button. We appreciate it.
Yep. And by the way, shout out to my homies on the record label that I'm on out here in Michigan. Squad Records, my buddies, Triple Stack, that came out, gave us some love on the music today, in and out. So much love to y'all. And much love to all you for listening to us and supporting us, because we really appreciate you. And because without you, there ain't no us. So we love the community. That's what we're trying to do here. And stay tuned. We have a social event if we want to all connect. And
it'll be announced Saturday.
It's not going to be cannabis related. We're trying to still figure out some laws about how we can smoke and just figure out events where we can blaze. But the first one is not. We're gonna try to figure out some loopholes, and we'll stay tuned about that. But we're not gonna be blazing. So, but we'd like to get there, but we're trying to figure out how all this works. So, but we're very excited to meet some people and meet some listeners, and I think it'd be a fun way to do some fun stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be going down in February.
Yep.
We'll give you an exact date on Saturday.
Yep.
So, glad you brought that up, man.
Yes, sir. Yep. But yeah, let's get out of here. Appreciate y'all.
All right, man. As always, Groovy.
Gotta advocate,
educate,
and inspire.
Till next time, y'all.
Peace.
Smoke good.
These brothers my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta roll with ice. Cold, these brothers my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, with the Nino. or die.